Scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a very awesome layout, if I don't say so myself. So this one is for Get It Scrapped, and my assignment was to scrapbook a birthday in an unusual way, or a different way than I would normally do. And my oldest son Jonas just turned 13 last October, and I haven't scrapbooked it even though I've been meaning to. But it was a very emotional birthday. Here you can see that I used a lot of mixed media, and I'm just kind of showing you the ones that I used from Shimmer's paints. I wanted to emphasize the number 13, and that it was going to be my focus for this layout, was that number 13, because I have a teenager now. My oldest is a teenager, and that's kind of a huge thing, right? He's been talking about it for months and months and months and months before he actually turned 13, and he was so excited, and I mean, he still is. And it's just, my baby, my very first baby is 13. I couldn't believe it. So this layout, I had this photo of Jonas on his birthday. We let our kids choose what restaurant they want to go eat at on their birthday, and he chose his very favorite restaurant, which is Texas Roadhouse. But I decided that I wanted the photo to be small. I didn't want the photo to be the focus, because even though, yes, it's Jonas's birthday, I wanted the number to stand out on the background. I wanted it to be the biggest thing. I wanted it to be the thing you saw first. Yes, the photo is important, but the purpose of this layout was, holy cow, I have a 13-year-old. Holy cow, this kid, who was my very first baby, is 13. So here you can see I'm kind of auditioning different papers to put behind the number 13, and I wasn't really liking any of the ones that I picked. And so I think I'm going to kind of move on. I made this layout quite a while ago. I got the assignment more than a month ago, and I was so excited about this layout that I immediately sat down and started to make it. So it's been probably almost 2 months since I've made this layout, possibly a month and a half. So now here I'm looking through my phrases, my foam ephemera. No, my foam thicker phrases. So I think that's what they're called. And I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do for the title, because I wanted it to be like 13 today or awesome 13 or something like that. So I came across the Page Taylor Evans thickers, and I don't remember what collection these came from, but they were hers, and they're some of my favorites. I just absolutely love them. Okay, so this right here, my son's favorite color is purple, and I don't really have a whole lot of purple papers, but I did have this snowflake purple paper that I remembered I had, and so I matted just a little border on it, because I wanted the purple, the dark purple, to be there, since purple is his favorite color. So you can see that the thickers that I picked out say here and, so the title is going to be Here and 13, and I'm going to do some journaling in the middle of the number 13, just about, I can't believe that Jonas, my first baby, is 13, and just some feelings. I'm going to write a letter to him as well that I'm going to put behind the layout, or kind of put it on a tag or something like that, to because that's going to be a little bit more personal just to Jonas. So I'll do some basic journaling on the layout, but I haven't decided what I want to write, because I want it to be very deep. Okay, and now here you can see I'm adding a little bit of this. I think this is, well, Blow Me Down or Teal Me Down or something like that. It's a teal Shimmer's paint product. Okay, now I'm going to start pulling out some ephemera from my stash and trying to incorporate a few different pieces from different collections. And this one is, I think this is Paige Taylor Evans. This is a couple of her collections together. I just kind of mixed a few of her ephemera packs, and I'm pulling them out and not really liking where it's going. So I take a break, and then I come back on a different day and I decide, okay, I am going to mat the photo, or not the photo, the number on this purple, because his favorite color is purple, so why not? So I started tracing it, and then I realized, wait a minute, I have the cut file, why am I tracing it? So yeah, I'm gonna erase the lines and then go cut it out on my silhouette. Okay, so now here I am back, and you can see that I have glued the purple cardstock behind the number 13, and now I'm bringing in a few of the embellishments, and I'm trying to make these ones work, and it's just not working. So I decide to look at some birthday themed ephemera pieces, and I find a few that I really like. The balloons that I put right above the photo, those stay, and I absolutely love the balloons. I think besides the number 13, the balloons are my favorite part of this layout. So I'm going to take away the arrow that's on the bottom and that little plant. I don't know why I put it there. I just was trying to embellish and it just wasn't working. You know how you're so excited about something and you keep trying to force things and it just wasn't working. So here I pulled out a little phrase from that Turn the Page little 2x2 phrase booklet, and I pull out these two. I think the first one says all grown up, the one that's on the left, and then that one that's on the right next to the photo says it's your day. And then this little 2x2 booklet is just patterns. It doesn't have any sayings on it. So I pull out this pretty floral pattern and I'm going to cut that into a banner. I'm going to cut down this this phrase, and I really like how that turns out. Then I'm going to cut this down and make it into a banner, and I'm also going to cut that it's your day. I'm going to cut around the words a lot closer. Okay, so now here you can see I'm trying to add in a couple more ephemera pieces, and I wanted to add these cute little hearts, so I'm going to add a few hearts in each one of the clusters. So I have that top left hand cluster, then I have the cluster around the balloon, and then I have the bottom right hand cluster underneath the photo. And I think that's pretty much it that I do. I am going to just kind of play and look through all of these ephemera because I feel like I'm missing something still. So here is where you can see I pull out this word awesome, and I believe that is from is it Fancy Free? I can't remember. It's one of Paige's collections, but I thought, okay, my title could be 13 and awesome, but I end up just not really liking that, and I just go back to the here and 13. I really love this title. So now here I pull the number 13 off of my layout because I'm deciding that I need to stitch around this number 13. And yes, I was totally crazy. So I think this was really the first thing that I ended up stitching on, and I absolutely fell in love with stitching after doing this. So this 13 took me about 6 hours to stitch all the way around, because I do all the way around the outside of. Here we are. This is probably a couple days later. I finally finished the stitching around the number 13, and I just really love the way that it looks and that it turned out. So I am going to put some foam behind the photo, just to kind of help that pop off of the page a little bit, and then I'm going to glue down the number 13, and you can see all the fun washi tape going on back there. But I just am so glad that I did the stitching on this, even though it did take me, seriously, I think it took 5 to 6 hours to stitch that whole number. It was crazy. But I'm going to set that down, and then I'm going to start gluing down all of the embellishments and everything on this layout. I am so happy with how this layout turned out. So now here you can see that I am going to glue down these 2 little hearts, and I am also going to put a little bit of foam on this, I think it's a pink one, and I'm going to glue that half on top of the balloons and half off of the balloons. Now I'm going to start putting down the title. I finally glue it onto the page, and like I said before, I think the title is my absolute favorite part of this layout. I just love it so much. While I was making this layout, I wasn't thinking at all about writing a letter to Jonas. While I was making the layout, I was thinking that I could do my journaling all around the number 13 and all around the layout. But I end up deciding that I really want to write a letter to Jonas. So in the photos, you're not going to see any journaling on the layout because I haven't decided exactly what I want to say. And also I'm thinking I might want to type it up, which for me, typing up journaling always takes forever. And I'm not the best with writing or journaling. So I really want to take my time and make the journaling perfect and meaningful. And I really need to just sit down and do it. So I think this is it for my layout. I hope that you enjoyed watching this process and that you enjoy my layout. Make sure you head on over to the Get It Scrapped blog today to see the rest of the layouts that the design team made with this theme. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again soon. I think tomorrow I'm going to have a cheeky video going up, so I will see you then. Bye!